Are you tired of falling asleep to mainstream media? The corporate press just lying to you. The Liberty Bites Back is here.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Against a police state. Against racist intersectionality. Against political correctness. Against mob rule. Against the racist socialist left. Against the victimhood liars. The idiots have been in charge way too long. And that's why you're here. For the podcast you need. All for liberty all the time. Welcome to Liberty Bites Back. With your host, Brandon Emo.
Welcome to the 21st episode of Liberty Bites Back. The podcast all for liberty, all the time. In this episode I will be going over platform goals. That would be winning platforms. Whether Donald Trump's rumored Patriot Party or the Mises Caucus of the Libertarian Party could choose and would be a winning platform to run on and achieve. This would be for local, state, and national elections. Reinserting liberty, the Bill of Rights and Human Rights back into the restored constitutional republic. Doing this, restoring the freedoms and liberties of the nation, preventing censorship in any stance, providing the human rights of freedom of speech, restoring the voices of the Americans. This would be the direction we need to go towards in America, in the government. Of course, all of this exists in reality, but when the government does not recognize it, it is a tyranny, and we need to expose this as fact. The lockdowns, condemning them as the tyrannical path of silencing us all, taking away our personal liberties, and restricting the rights, it all needs condemned. The voice needs to be strong. Liberty and freedom needs to be delivered with passion. Many lose hope in tough times, though, anymore. So they need to feel the strength along with the message itself. The fact many Americans are not able to expand their mind to see hope. Hope dies with many. But to see that, it means it all would need to be painted in front of them. You need to paint the realities of a time with liberties. This would be condemning the stances of the Democrats and the Republicans, as both are allowing the restrictions to our liberties and human rights. This also could not align with the woke left and the ideas of intersectionality and critical race theory, as both are racist belief systems, focusing on race and causing discrimination more than the supremacists themselves. Condemning the problems led by the woke lies, even the structuring system of reality that engulfs their lives, the political correctness cultural phenomenon. Condemning the controlled society ideas for real liberty and freedom. It would be best for whoever needs the advice of this video to actually be assertively opposed to Republicans and Democrats. Not to Republican citizens or Democrat citizens, but opposing radically to the party structures of the Republicans and the Democrats. We must restore the constitutional republic of America and let the ideas of this democracy die. Another platform which would really structure the ideas of being broad enough for all individuals, promoting individuality. Ideas, the thoughts, the feelings where we differ, and explaining that is normal. We are all individually different. With this said, we all deserve our individual rights to be our own individual. Under the Democrats and under the Republicans, they reject certain individuality when it comes to ideology. Of course, peaceful minds are one thing, but the umbrella is small for both of these main parties. I remember in my childhood, individuality is always pushed. But society, schools, politicians, and the political parties they're filled with peer pressure to change the individual. So many love individuality until you meet someone who is the complete opposite of you. When embracing individuality, it's not based on a person's race, color, or gender, but that's all the Democrats will focus on. Embracing individuality is the push for freedom of speech, personal liberties, and reinforces the idea of being yourself than being controlled by political party talking points, lobbyist talking points, or government talking points. Instead, making it clear we all need to question everything. There are reasons many parties won't push individuality in their platform, and it's because the party wants to control the voter instead of the voter controlling the politicians. They want you to choose the politician, but they, the politician, do not get to choose who they represent, and that is who they need to represent. This is a must for any party that wants to be taken seriously. The idea that unity of ideas can happen, really in these days, will be eye-opening, and it will be seen as reality. We the people know from our families, from our jobs, and from our society that we all have different views and different thoughts and feelings, and no party has accepted us all yet. Well, this is the time. Instead, most parties want to make you fight instead of a party platform that would be chose from the community. A range of ideas and thoughts. This would mean to pay attention to any candidate under the banner of individuality, making sure that you can agree with them, but it gives many a chance to have a chance themselves. Of course, each candidate would need to agree with the whole platform and not just the individuality. But many people are truly closer to the center, and they are all able to do anything outside of the government just fine. But working with each other, living with each other, we can do anything with each other, and that means even have our own party. Unifying messages of against the war machine, against the police state, and drain the swamp. Chant them all, my friends. Against the war machine, though, this would be showing an advancement towards peace, being an agreeable goal, ending the bloodshed in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Africa in general, keeping our eyes off of Iran, all of the wasteful Middle East in wars, not helping any countries, but trying to topple countries instead. Humanitarian help at the least would exist over a guns a-blazing, drones a-striking, never bloodshed unless we must type of strategy. War would not be a never-ending war anymore. The idea is to stop the war on terror, to stop the war on drugs, and to stop any war at all, even the ones on we the people. Against the deep state. This would be showing all of the lobbyist corporations and government's involvement and all of the representation of the lobbyists and corporations over we the people is the issue that we are in, along with the corrupt bureaucracy that exists in the United States government, those never elected who are always there. This would be eliminating any lobby interest for money, showing you are funded by we the people. And a ban on them being subverted without representing the people should bring you to being absolved from the party for breaking the platform. Drain the swamp. Now this would be mirroring the image and the ideas of against the deep state, but also gives the voter the solution you have in mind, making corporate lobbyists and organization lobbyists illegal in favor of only personal and citizens only lobbyists. Not for profit, but only for pushing politicians to vote to actually represent we the people. The next idea destroys the legacies of the Democrats and the Republicans under Obama. The banks and the corporations were bailed out, and he never helped the American citizens. He ignored our pain and allowed our wages and hours to fall into barely covering the survival of our lives, scrapping by with barely any dollars to our own name, living paycheck to paycheck as little issues keep many from saving anything. Oh, you get a bad engine in your car. That's what all your money goes toward that you saved up. Just simple little things like that. Oh, now you need a plumber to come to your home. Things like that. We never have enough money to actually sustain ourselves and actually save up. Buying the goods created by slaves in China now due to the policies of Obama. Slaves create nothing that lasts. That's why nothing you have is built to last, because it was not built by free people who actually want to make the product. It was made by Chinese slaves, and it shows with all of the Chinese made products. Under Donald Trump, he allowed Democrats to again bail out the lobbyist structures in the COVID-19 war. But we the people, we were allowed to get some type of security in the wallet. Going further, though, promising to make it illegal to ever bail these giants out ever again, that would be the stance we need to do. Going this against the lobbyist structures and the idiotic corporations that sell out we the people for quick bucks, and then they also comply with the loss of liberties in our society. They are the sick and twisted reality of no liberty in America. Corporations get government money in many ways, but still screw we the people over while they extort and steal our money from us. Of course, you might have never heard this type of argument. Usually, the argument of the government stealing the money is spoke about, but many ignore the lobbyists and the corporations that take our money. No longer. Condemn it all. Ending the wars on American citizens and the wars of casualty around the world. This has opened us up to the main point of the idea explained. Criminal justice reform. Now we must help the drug-induced become helped instead of jailing them. Marijuana, legal now. Shrooms, and so on, so forth. This is the one way to make criminal justice reform. Allowing now the release of all non-victim crimes. Justice would mean to jail any that do physical issues to people. Physical harm would be the end-all meaning of criminal. Murderers, thieves, the main known types of crime in the reality of the term. Many would get behind this. As we have found, all Americans break 3 to 5 felonies a day, showing it needs to be harder to break a law if all of us are breaking the law. Because we all are right now. If it was taken seriously in today, we would all be jailed right now. Once you know this and explain it, the criminal justice reform would fly into reality of the United States. But many do not understand that the law is created to be very vague and very seriously an issue for all Americans. I would like to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Liberty Bites Back, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Exclusive designs are found at Truth to Freedom. Buy a shirt today, or a hoodie. We have the best freedom designs on anything. Americana Legends, Design Series, Monsters like Bigfoot. Exclusive brands exist on Truth to Freedom, like the music brand, Bash. Great and unique designs. Another exclusive brand existing on Truth to Freedom is Noir. Elegant and noir-themed designs. Americana designs exist. Show your patriotism. Show you are filled with the American spirit. Show them all.
When the nation needed him most, he was supposed to be our president, but he developed some disease and resigned. He just said, "I have a disease, and I resign." You know, we should have known. He told us from the get-go.
Kidding aside, it's a matter of the thing. We are simpatico on our philosophy of government and simpatico on how we want to approach these issues that we're facing. And so I don't have, and when we disagree, it'll be just like, so far it's been just like when Barack and I did. It's in private. She'll say, "I think we should do A, B, C, or D." And I'll say, I like A, don't like B and C. And let's go, okay. And like I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. We don't have that. We haven't, and we discussed at length our views on foreign policy, on domestic policy, on intelligence. And the great thing is she has a background in the Senate on intelligence, the Intelligence Committee. She has a background in the Senate on a whole range of things that are going to be pertinent to what we have to do. But it's going to be, I think so much is going to be incoming, Jake. Yeah. It's a matter about who takes what when.
Yeah.
Like I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Resigned. He just said, "I have a disease, and I resign."
I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
He had a disease and resigned. But then, the witch became the ruler. She watches her bots kill us, watching our deaths, laughing.
Robots. Oh my robots. Her bots come for us all. And we just try to hide. Comrade Kamala Harris's bots have killed us all. Rampaging the streets, burning your car. Dude, where is my car? They are killing in the name of killing so many. Killing you, killing everybody. Claiming they are ugly, the most gorgeous because Harris is jealous. She hates a beautiful face. So ugly they are. She calls us all ugly. She's ugly. But she kills more than the ugly for sure. She will kill you for any reason she can think of. Blind, killed, disfigured, killed, deaf killed, divorced or murdered in the brutality of their broken heart. All are killed in her regime. Her reign of death is all over America. She is the comrade of her bots and their army has been led to destroy us all. Destroy businesses, jobs, and the economy.
You will run. You will hide, and they will find you. Just try. You tell yourself. Just hide for now. The bots surround you. We must fight. Never forget. But the bots are here to kill you. They were created for this. They will live while we pass away. Some of us will even merge into their will, subverting and allowing their plans instead of our own. They trained for this day. 2021 is their year. It's their world now. We must give up. I just can't believe this is what we had to look forward to. Our own destruction on the platter for the ultra-elite. The ultra-metallic overlords must be the gods of renown, for they all worship them. They all turn on us all. The people themselves turn us over to the bots. They train even to this day. But they were so simple when we were not thinking of this future. This future is the evil, the dystopia, the horror. The people marked by death warn them. The ugly. For the unmasked must die. They shout. They scream. We still carry the token of hell, but refuse to always wear the bondage, the evil of what has become their new normal life.